I'm going to go ahead and try a frozen pie in the halogen oven. So I just put the frozen pie in there with a little bit of foil on the bottom here, just in case there's some overflow. And what these orange things are here, it's just a pie crust shield. It doesn't really exactly fit the size of a pie, so I've sort of just made it work as best I could. It just keeps the edges from over browning too quickly. So I have this set at 350 for about an hour. It's been on just a few minutes here, and we're going to see how this cooks in here. Now the directions do say 55 to 60 minutes at 350, but I've sort of learned that with the halogen ovens sometimes you have to adjust that a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and check it in a while. We are just about 65 minutes into baking this pie, and it looks beautiful. I checked it about 10 minutes ago, and at that time I took the pie shields off of the edges of the pie here. So they weren't burning, they were doing just beautiful under there. And then I went ahead and gave it the rest of the 10 minutes and then added another 5. I checked the internal temperature of the pie, and we were about at 145, and you want to make sure it's at 160 before you try it. So I think we're just about ready to go ahead and take this out and test the temperature again. So I've gone ahead and taken the pie out of the oven, and I did check that it reached the internal temperature of 160 degrees, which you should always do for food safety. It's always a good idea to be safe when you're dealing with any kind of food, especially frozen food. And this pie actually did cook in 65 minutes, which if you look on the box here, is exactly within the time periods that the pie box does say. So the claims that the halogen oven cooks 3 times faster has not shown itself to be a true fact for me. Almost everything I've cooked has just about cooked within the time that you would expect it to cook, or that the directions have said. And really, I'm okay with that. This pie came out crispy and crunchy on top with the pie shield on. The only place that burned was right here, and it didn't even really burn, it just really browned, and that's because the pie shield slipped off right over here, and you know, that's okay too. The internal temperature was exactly where it needed to be. It's bubbly and ooey and gooey, and I have nothing bad to say about that. The really nice thing I'm finding out about this halogen oven setup is that I was able to cook this pie or a casserole or even a chicken in no larger of a footprint than the actual food itself or the container that I put the food into. Having to use my large oven, I would have had to heat up the whole oven. I'd be heating up the house, or at least the kitchen area. I'd be using more energy, and I'd also be using the inside of the stove, which is a really large footprint, and not all of that is necessary when all you need is just the size of the item you're cooking. So I continue to sing the praises of this halogen oven, and we'll see what else we can do in this thing.